Hey there, this is Ty Brown with dogbehaviouronline.com, and I've got emailing the website. It says, "Hi Ty, I'm really thinking I need some help. I run a shelter here in Australia, and I have 6 dogs of my own, and we live on 250 acres of apple orchard. 5 of my dogs are pound puppies, but a year ago I finally got a dog I've wanted for nearly 30 years. She's a Saint Bernard called Kalindi. Kalindi is just beautiful and is excellent when on a lead. She is nice to everyone and loves going to school. We have 2 problems. First is when the picking season is on here in the orchard, we employ a lot of people, and Kalindi doesn't like many of them. She charges off the veranda barking, goes right up to them, and I'm afraid she is going to bite them. I'm told she is also very aggressive when we are not here. If someone comes to the door, all the dogs charge out, and I think she just joins in, but takes it so far, and because of her size, it frightens everyone. The second worry is that she will not leave the little dogs alone. When they try to move at all, she in their faces. Can you help me in Kalindi? I love my girl so much, but this cannot keep happening. I'm really hoping you can help us and let us know what to subscribe to with you. Greatly appreciated. So there's a couple things I'm going to recommend here. Some you're probably not going to like, and some of them might be just because I misunderstand the situation. But first of all, yes, my website, Dog Behavior Online, that can help you with the obedience aspect. It's troubling is that when you're gone, she has the ability to run outside and be aggressive. Now, I don't know what that is. Maybe the doors are left open, maybe there's a dog door. But what you have 6 dogs, and whenever you have 6 dogs, whenever you have probably more than 2 dogs, 3 and up, you've got a pack. And in that, there's pack mentality. Now, if you're an excellent dog trainer and you're excellent at handling dogs, some people can manage 6 dogs. If you're not there, outside and getting to people. It's just a huge liability, and training wise, there's nothing you can do training wise. Training is all about communication. And if you're gone, how are you going to communicate that it's not okay to be aggressive to people coming to your door? Not only that, like I say, you've got 5 other dogs that have this pack mentality that are being aggressive at the same time. And so she just happens to be the one that can back it up more than other dogs because she's so big and strong. And so, like I say, you've got a problem with the logistics, whatever that is. The ability that the dogs have to rush out the house when nobody's there is an ability that they should not have. And like she rushes outside and is scaring the workers. My question to you is, where are you when that's happening? Where are you so that she has the ability to be rushing outside and nearly biting the workers in your orchard? I'm coming at you pretty bold here because there is a big breakdown in what's going on. Because there's several things your dog should not even have the ability. The housing situation, everything should be set up in a way that that cannot happen. And so you need to be asking yourself that question. The next thing you need to be asking yourself is, how obedient is your dog? And my guess is, if she is rushing off after people, growling and near, there is a lot of room for obedience. You need on and off leash obedience. Because if she comes when called, she cannot chase down people in the orchard. If she stays when told, she cannot, she can't leave your side and go chase off after those guys. And so you've got part logistics, and you've got a tough row to hoe here, because 6 dogs, like I said, there's very few people that can manage. That's a question you need to be asking yourself. It sounds like you've got 6 dogs that have a lot of freedom, and that's almost always going to be a recipe for disaster. And I'm sure I might get some emails about this, but I've never seen somebody work that. For example, and the dogs are contained in kennels or crates or something when they're gone, or something like that. But I've never seen it work where there's numerous dogs like this and we don't have big problems pop up. And so you need to start looking at that and asking yourself some tough questions about what is really best for these dogs. A lot of us have this vision of dogs just frolicking in the meadow and having this wonderful life where everyone's just playful and happy. That doesn't usually exist. Dogs need structure, they need containment, they need rules in order to be happy. Your dog is showing you that she's not as happy as she, and she's doing things that she's not doing out of pleasure. She's doing it And again, anytime you've got a big, strong dog, or any dog for that matter, you need to consider how that dog interacts with the public. For example, if he had the ability to run out and chase people, he probably would, because he's trained to be protective of the home. And so, of course, he can't have that ability. We have to have proper fencing. The doors have to be closed. The kids have to be taught how to close the doors, make sure that they're closed, and things like that. Part of it, like I say, is logistics. Part of it's training, and part of it's just being a responsible dog owner. So, some of these things you probably didn't want to hear, but that's just the simple truth. You've got a lot of stuff to work on and a lot of hard questions to ask yourself, and I hope you can do it. And I wish